Hello, this is Michael Warren, and I'm excited because today we're going to start our journey to coincide with Hobbit Day during Tolkien Week. Happy Hobbit Day, everyone! We're about to go on an adventure! Join me on a journey as we review each and every movie in the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings series. We're going to work our way in chronological order through The Hobbit and then through Lord of the Rings. I've been wanting to do a rewatch. The Lord of the Rings series is one of my favorites, and although The Hobbit isn't quite as well loved and acclaimed critically and by audiences worldwide, I'm really looking forward to watching this with you guys. And this is going to be our first unboxing video. This unboxing of the Hobbit Trilogy is a special edition of the 4K release that just recently came out. This is a limited edition Steelbook case edition sold by Best Buy. It looks like a beautiful case from the outside. I can't wait to open it up and give you an examination of what's on the inside. I'm very excited because these are gorgeous looking special editions of The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, presented on special edition Steelbook editions of the movie trilogies. Best Buy is offering a limited edition Steelbook edition of both the Hobbit Trilogy and the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And I personally am very excited because the Lord of the Rings in particular are some of my favorite films. I think it's one of the strongest trilogies out there. And in fact, along with the Godfather trilogy, it's the only trilogy to have every movie in it nominated for Best Picture. Godfather Part 2 and Lord of the Rings Return of the King are the only sequels that have ever been the winners of the Best Picture Oscar. These really are gorgeous sets. They have a kind of shimmering, metallic, almost kind of golden bronze like outer casing. And then the actual Steelbook editions, I've seen some little photos of them, of what they're supposed to look like on the back cover, and it's pretty beautiful, I have to say. So, in commemoration of Hobbit Day, we are going to explore not just an unboxing of these movies, but we're also going to do an in-depth review discussing each one of them and have some Lord of the Rings Tolkien fun. Amazon Prime has actually been preparing a Lord of the Rings television series. It's supposed to be a prequel that's set back in the ancient history of Lord of the Rings and gives more of the lore and depth and background and goes over some of the old historical stories that helped make up the lore of Lord of the Rings. Apparently, Amazon Prime is going to release their Lord of the Rings series 1 year from today on September 22nd, 2022. And for those in the know, September 22nd is actually Hobbit Day. Different fans who came together and basically started celebrating September 22nd because that's the birthday for both the characters of Bilbo Baggins, who is the star of the Hobbit trilogy, and it's also the birthday of Frodo Baggins, who's the star of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Even though both trilogies have ensemble casts, Bilbo and Frodo really form the main point of view, at least to a large degree, for both series. My family watched the first Lord of the Rings movies when they came out, and we're very excited. The theatrical cuts left us a little bit dry. We weren't totally in love with them. However, when later the series was released on DVD and home video, and later Blu-ray, and now, for the first time, 4K, we can really see a huge difference in the quality of the storytelling in the extended editions of The Lord of the Rings. This will be my first time watching the extended editions of The Hobbit. I didn't really care for the theatrical cuts of The Hobbit that well. I think they were okay. They were fun movies, but we can hope to see if Peter Jackson has any surprises for us in the extended editions of The Hobbit, and see if it helps improve our understanding of the characters, and gives us more character development and more helping build up the lore and the world building of this incredible world that Tolkien has originally written and that Peter Jackson's helped to actualize. To help celebrate Hobbit Day, I'm also going to give away a copy of Lord of the Rings. And it's very, still a beautiful set. It's the basic 4K set. But it's not one of the Steelbook sets, but yeah, I could only afford to buy so much, and these were fairly pricey. At Best Buy, these ran around twice as much as this version cost me. So, depending on how big of a fan you are of the series, though, you may want to get the beautiful limited edition Steelbook sets, and if they're still available. And if not, I'm still giving out a copy, so you can have Lord of the Rings. I think the combination of Lord of the Rings and 4K is going to be something special. Most movie theaters were still 35mm movie theaters at the time that the Lord of the Rings first started, although the very first digital projectors did start back in 2002, I believe, with the advent of Attack of the Clones. George Lucas helped push the technology out there for digital motion projection, and that's basically what's taken over in what fills almost every movie theater today, with the exception of IMAX, certain IMAX theaters, and occasional movie theaters with 35 and 70mm projectors and 16mm projectors for usually screenings of classic movies available in older film print. And I'm excited. It's basically like we're gonna have theatrical quality, Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, right in our home video sets. So join me and let's take a look as we open up first The Hobbit and then next the Lord of the Rings set. Welcome to my channel's first unboxing video. I'm excited to explore the new limited edition Best Buy 4K Steelbook gift set. For a long time I've been wanting to see this in pristine 4K, and this is the type of movie series that was built for it. I can't wait to open this up and look inside. One of the best parts of any film unboxing is getting a good look of what's inside, what you get if you buy it. And first off, there is a beautiful kind of gold brassish metallic presentation on the outside box set. And let's go ahead and see what we got. The plastic wrap tears off very simply and easily, which is good. And here we have the little sliding cardboard thing. We're going to slide off right now. And wow, this is really beautiful. I wasn't expecting it to be kind of this good on the inside. I was expecting it to feel a little bit more cheap, but this feels very nice. It's a, I mean, the biggest issue is it looks like this metal tends to dent fairly easily, and unfortunately in packaging, frequently you'll see very slight imperfections in the casing. This one's in very good shape though. It's not perfect. You can see a little bit of denting here and a little bit there. So it's not awful. It's nothing to ruin the set with. But all right, let's go ahead and do the fun part. Let's see what these discs are like. All right, let's begin with an unexpected journey. Wow. Oh, this is a very interesting thing. I wasn't expecting it to feel this way. It's very matted down. It's not terribly shiny or glossy, which actually kind of works well. It kind of matches the same type of finish as That's what this feels like on the outside. And all right, let's see. So this is the back side. Video version of Lord of the Rings and Hobbit in 4K. I pulled it out so that you wouldn't be tempted to take that from me. Normally it would be right here, but I pulled it out earlier so that there wouldn't be any issues with the code getting out there on the internet. And I like the artwork. We see Bilbo in the cave, and it looks like it's probably him confronting our friend Gollum, our friend Smeagol. Let's take a look. And wow, this is actually very pretty. It's a good presentation. I have to say, it's a little bit subtle, but that's kind of nice. I kind of like the subtlety of this presentation so far. But yeah, I think we got Gollum waiting for us underneath. And let's see. So this is the 4K version, and it looks like they both are 4K versions. Interesting. Okay. And there we got Smeagol, our old friend Gollum. And I have to say, the discs are very beautiful. The artwork is pretty. It works pretty well. I think, ooh, there's a nice sheen to it. If you can catch the light just right, you can kind of see how there's a metallic sheen to the artwork. That's actually very, very beautiful. I'm not sure if that's a special type of lithograph or something inside. It kind of looks like it is a metallic lithograph. That's a beauty right there. The next, we have the Desolation of Smaug. The Desolation of Smaug. All right, let's take a look what we got here. Oh, that's an interesting finish. I have to say that matted finish with the metal is actually very beautiful. It's not exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be much more glossy and kind of ostentatious. This is actually more muted and a little bit more beautiful for that reason, I think. And yeah, it has a metallic lithograph in there too. It looks like it's of Bilbo facing down Smaug, if I'm not mistaken. If you take a look, the first disc was brown, this one's green. Otherwise very beautiful as well. The code, by the way, is only in the first case, so it looks like you only need one code to download the whole trilogy in extended 4K, which is pretty awesome. And the discs are beautiful. And ooh, yep, Benedict Cumberbatch and his children should be proud of this one. Get a good look at Smaug. For those who don't know, Martin Freeman plays Bilbo, and Benedict Cumberbatch is the voice of Smaug the dragon. Smaug, you can see there's a little bit of a sheen to the treasure, the gold, and there's a shimmering effect in the light. It's very, very beautiful and very much approve. And we're going to take a look at the last disc in the set, which is the Battle of the Five Armies. And this is what it looks like inside the case. And here we go. Let's take a look at what we got here. And again, it looks like there's a lithograph underneath. We get kind of a portrait of some of the dwarven characters from the film. Looks like we got Thorin Oakenshield, Fili, and the advisor dwarf. For those of you who are Poldark fans, you might remember that the actor who plays Fili plays Ross Poldark in the new BBC production of Poldark that came out in recent years, in this last decade. And not to be confused with the original Poldark from the 70s, which was also an excellent production. Much smaller scale, a little bit cheaper and vintage production, but it was definitely a good one I loved. And the lithographic effects do show a little bit of the beauty of Dwarven Stronghold, but I have to say this one is not quite as beautiful. Ooh, I have to say there is a little bit of a sheen if you catch the light just right to the outfits, which is actually very beautiful. So yeah, these metallic lithographs on the inside, that is a winner. I like that. That's a very cool concept, and I very much approve. And so that, my friends, is our Hobbit gift set. I'm going to go ahead and watch this and give you some reviews where I finally give you not just my take on the original theatrical cuts, but what I think about these new extended cuts, and especially how their presentation on 4K is. I have to say I'm very pleased with this. I think this is one of the most beautiful 4K gift sets that I've come across so far. And if this is any indication of what we can expect from the Lord of the Rings gift set as well, I think we should be in pretty good shape. So this is Michael Warren. I'm pretty excited to see what we're in store for. This is a gorgeous gift set, and I highly recommend checking it out. It is a little bit pricey, but for those who are great lovers of this film series, particularly The Lord of the Rings, you may want to dish out a little bit more money to have a special keepsake version. And this show is putting them back in. See how well they do. I have to say that's very beautiful, and that this styrofoam kind of, this padded interior is actually nicer than I gave it credit for. It looked a little bit just like a normal styrofoam, but it has some actual give and feels like it has some more cushioning than that. So that was spectacular, the Hobbit Trilogy, and come and join me and let's go ahead and watch it. The One Ring to rule them all. Oh, my precious, my precious. Come.